investigation down at the police station. That fighting brood has made the news. They're skilled with homemade weapons. I've heard they're trained at vivisection. Don't cross their path, they'll kick your ass. They say LuAnn sees things at midnight. They say LuAnn gets things confused. Nobody says that when I mention that fighting brood. There was another detonation behind the railway station. That fighting brood has made the news. They're experts in propulsion systems. I've heard they favor night excursions, bring washing in and lock the bin. They say LuAnn jumps at shadows. They say LuAnn cries wolf too soon. Nobody says that when I mention that fighting brood. There was a further complication beside the power substation. That fighting brood has made the news. They're trained in chemical reactions. I've heard they move in small detachments, bolt every door, they're out once more. I asked my bridge club point blank Tuesday if I was sounding like LuAnn. They said, you've always had good judgment, and passed the cards back round again. So if the girls aren't calling nonsense, and no one says I've lost the plot, I'd say the odds are overwhelming. This brood exists whether or not the mayor admits. The mayor admits. The cleverest kids in town all meet there at science club with all their neat gear. My grandson too knows what to do. I'll ask him for an explanation. He studies their experimentation. That fighting brood has made the news. He looked uncomfortable and nervous, and said their work was mostly harmless. He stirred his tea, avoiding me. They say LuAnn sees things at midnight. They say LuAnn gets things confused. Nobody says that when I mention that fighting brood. They say LuAnn jumps at shadows. They say LuAnn cries wolf too soon. Nobody says that when I